are starting today's video over here in Van Nuys, and we're going to a car show. It looks to be at one of the Haggerty locations, which is kind of cool. Never been there. And it's kind of like a fundraiser for all the fire stuff going on, but it's a car show and donation type deal. So yeah, kind of exciting. All right, this is wild. There are some epic cars here, including a green 959, 575 Maranello. Auto, unfortunately, but almost all of them are. Beautiful car. A solid lineup. The Huracan Technica, which I think is the last model, or almost last model of the Huracan. That's been discontinued. F430. Perfect tan interior right there. And I always thought it was so cool with the F430, the way they had the name in the mirror. And that one's a manual. Damn, that's not too common. What a treat. And, oh, actually, Audi R8 GT, which is, I think, rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive. So I almost never say this, but I do have a least favorite car here. This thing, the new electric Escalade. Nice C7 C06. Cool color on the S2000. So I'll show you guys the absolute star of the show here. One of the rarest cars out there, worth well over $1 million. The Porsche 959. Have you ever seen one in this color? For me, this is definitely a first, and honestly, it might be the only one in the whole world in this color. I mean, there's only like around 350 of these in the whole world. I've actually gotten the pleasure to see a decent number of them, which I'm quite happy about, but never in this color. This is just absolute perfection. Very modded SF90. It's got the Huracan GT3 RS. Not too bad. A bit of a personal favorite of mine is the Gran Turismo with the very interestingly wrapped Ghibli next to it. These here, the new GR Corolla. I haven't seen that many of them until I came back out here to California, and they've been kind of everywhere, which is nice to see. Of course, got Huracan and the Panamera 4S Turismo wagon, I think it is. Slightly heavy car, but the Targas are always super cool. But just does take a lot of weight to do everything structurally. C8R. Saw one of these in Virginia not that long ago. So the Ferrari is obviously cooler, but I have to say, for a small like crossover, this is one of the coolest ones out there. They didn't do this for a while, but they finally did the 63 treatment, aka put a V8 in it. So this has a 4-liter bi-turbo V8. I think a 550 or 600 something horsepower, which is absolutely insane in a car this size. Probably one of the cleanest Beetles I've seen in a while, next to the Suzuki Cappuccino. One of the coolest new imports you can get. This is now over 25 years old. Targa, but then the back also goes down, and it's also a K-car, so it's like, I don't know, 30-40% smaller than a Miata. And even, these have become quite collectible. The old Gremlin. Nice to see. Still so crazy to see a economy car with a 5-liter V8. Very large wing on the 991 GT3. Of course, GTR. And it's a T-Spec, which, if you know what that means, let me know, because I'm not really sure. And this one must be very new too, because it has the updated Nissan logo. Beautiful, beautiful Toyota Century. God, this thing is just a stunning car. Beautiful old 308 and a 360, and even has the manual, which is awesome. Check that out. Saab 900 Turbo. This one's clearly been heavily modded. Wide body, carbon fiber bits, and I think bigger turbo and all that. And I actually walked past this earlier, but this is actually my buddy's car. He finally got his Porsche, which is pretty awesome. I'm proud of that guy. The tan interior, what's not to love? What's not to love here too? All the supercars are rolling out. McLarens, Lambos, even the SF90. this is actually right next to the show, but check out this thing. Dodge Ram Charger Prospector. I didn't know these existed. This thing's awesome. And also, nice color on the GR Corolla. And just like that, the show's over, but on to the next shenanigan. We'll see what we get into next. Alright, check that out. That's definitely not something you see very often in traffic. I forget which generation this is, but this is like a 60s, like essentially an E-Class, but before they use that kind of nomenclature. But 220S. Beautiful car. Love the kind of fin-tail look of it slightly. Maybe even 50s era. Check this out. We got the RCF with the wing. I'm not actually sure, but I know there's a Fuji edition which had the wing. I'm not sure if that's it. I actually drove one of those once, and I think there's only like 50 of them a year or 50 of them ever or something. But pretty cool find. Nice little RX-7 right there. Good looking cars. My God. This is a pretty solid spotting. Gorgeous, perfect condition 280 SE Mercedes here in this random Trader Joe's parking lot. So I'm just walking out of Walmart right now, and look at this, TTRS. What an underrated car. They're already pretty nice TT, but with the 5-cylinder from the RS3. Epic. I know everybody's seen these at this point, but whenever I see these first-gen Bentley Continental GTs, I just can't help but admire how beautiful they are. They really have aged super nicely. I know they've kind of like ended up in the wrong hands a lot these days and have not been the best maintained since they're hard to maintain and expensive at this point, but good looking car, especially in white, highlights the lines nicely. So I just parked here in Westwood, and just look at the laziness of the M badge on this. Like, I know we've all seen the millions of different poorly badged, like up-badged quote-unquote AMGs and M cars, but like, it's crooked. Like, seriously? If you're gonna do it, at least try a little bit. Whenever I see these sparkly license plate surrounds, you know, you always know to stay away from those drivers, because the ones with those, the ones who are gonna sideswipe you. Oh, M235i. The pink G-Wagon. This might be the first time I've seen a recruitment van for a police department before. Beverly Hills Police has this Ram ProMaster here. Not sure why they really need that, and doesn't even look like they use it because there's no plates on it even. Kind of interesting. Nice yellow Lamb truck. I want one so bad. My last one of these little LA vlogs had one of these in it too, at a gas station, but now I'm up close to one, and these are just the best. This one's got interesting wheels in it too. I don't know if those are stock or not. They kind of seem like they're not, but who knows. Check out this beauty. Cadillac CT4V in this really cool gold color. Kind of reminds me of actually the BMWs used to do that color in like 2018 or so. On like the M4s. Great looking car. That's a pretty cool sight. We got a British plated Ford Transit van right here. Don't see that too often. Well, I did see a Belgian plated RV in New Mexico a couple weeks ago, so you don't never see it, just not too common. Check out what we got here at the grocery store. Got a Chevy HHR panel van, which are always cool. I actually thought with the wing it was an SS for a second, which would have been cool because that would be a 1 of 200. And we got a hearse. Well, the LC500 lust continues. This here's a rarer model though, the LC500H. Basically has a CVT and a normal auto paired together for this very weird V6 hybrid powertrain.